Are you tired of feeling like your own body is a stranger to you? A battlefield of confusing symptoms and relentless struggles that no one seems to truly understand? Do you lie awake at night, your mind racing with worries about irregular cycles? The persistent weight that clings to you no matter how little you eat? The painful acne that makes you want to hide your face? Or the heartbreaking sight of hair thinning where it should be full and growing where it shouldn't? This constant fight, this feeling of being at war with yourself, is exhausting. It chips away at your confidence, drains your energy, and leaves you feeling isolated in a world that doesn't seem to have answers for you. You've been told to just lose weight, to try this pill or that diet, but the core of the pain, the emotional and physical turmoil of polycystic ovary syndrome, remains a heavy burden on your spirit. But what if I told you that there is a path to peace, a way to quiet the storm inside? The good news is that the wisdom to heal has existed for centuries, hidden within the quiet practices of ancient traditions, and it can help you find balance, soothe your symptoms, and reclaim your body. This wisdom doesn't come from a sterile lab or a complicated prescription. It comes from a place of deep, profound connection to the self, a method that monks have used for millennia to cultivate inner harmony and physical well-being. In today's video, we are going to unveil this gentle yet powerful monk method, a breakthrough approach that can begin to transform your relationship with polycystic ovary syndrome and set you on a path to healing in as little as 3 days. We will explore how to nourish your body with intention, move with compassion, and embrace the restorative power of stillness to bring your hormones back into their natural rhythm. So stick around, because you don't want to miss these life-changing insights that go far beyond any advice you've heard before. Before we begin this journey together, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to share anything that's on your heart. This is a safe space for all of us. And if you're ready to find a new way forward, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip from our growing community at Sacred Women's Health. Now, let's first explore the deep-seated roots of this struggle and understand why this journey has been so difficult for you. It is so important for you to hear this and truly let it sink into your heart. What you are experiencing is not your fault. For too long, you may have carried a burden of guilt or shame, as if this condition were a personal failing. You might have blamed yourself for the food choices you've made, for the exercise you didn't do, or for the stress you couldn't control. But polycystic ovary syndrome is not a reflection of your worth or your discipline. It is a complex condition, a profound imbalance within the delicate ecosystem of your body, influenced by a world that is often chaotic, stressful, and disconnected from the natural rhythms of life. Imagine your body as a garden. For a garden to flourish, it needs the right balance of sunlight, water, and healthy soil. If the soil is depleted, if it receives too much harsh sun or not enough gentle rain, the plants will struggle to grow. They might wilt, or their growth might become erratic and disordered. Your body is this garden, and your hormones are the intricate network that communicates between the sun, the rain, and the soil. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with stressors that deplete our soil. We are exposed to environmental toxins, processed foods that lack true life force, and a relentless culture of productivity that tells us rest is a luxury, not a necessity. This constant state of high alert, this unending stress, floods our bodies with cortisol, the stress hormone, which in turn disrupts the delicate dance of insulin and our reproductive hormones. This disruption is at the very heart of polycystic ovary syndrome. It's not a punishment. It is a cry for help from a body that is trying its best to adapt to an environment that is out of balance. You are not alone in this. Millions of women across the globe are walking this same path, feeling the same confusion and heartache, navigating the same challenges. There is a silent sisterhood of women whose gardens are also struggling, who are also searching for the right conditions to bloom once more. So let go of the blame. Release the feeling that you have done something wrong. Your body is not broken. It is communicating with you in the only way it knows how. It is asking for a different kind of care. It is asking for a return to simplicity, to mindfulness, to a way of being that honors its needs. In the quiet wisdom of the Mose, we find the tools to provide this care, not through force or restriction, but through gentle attention and profound compassion. We are about to learn how to tend to your garden, to enrich its soil, and to create the conditions for healing to naturally unfold. The first and perhaps most foundational step in this monk method is what we will call the art of mindful nourishment. This is not a diet. It is a radical shift in your relationship with food and with your body. For so long, your mind has been filled with rules and restrictions, with lists of good foods and bad foods, creating a sense of conflict at every meal. This creates more stress, more internal turmoil, which only fuels the hormonal chaos of polycystic ovary syndrome. The monk's approach is entirely different. It is rooted in the principle of mindfulness, a practice of paying full, non-judgmental attention to the present moment. It invites you to see food not as an enemy or a source of calories, but as a source of life force, of energy, and of healing. It begins before you even take a single bite. It starts with a moment of gratitude, acknowledging where the food came from, the earth that grew it, and the hands that prepared it. This simple pause shifts your state from one of stress to one of receptivity, preparing your body to digest and assimilate the nutrients it is about to receive. When you eat, you eat. You put away your phone, you turn off the television, and you simply sit with your meal. You notice the colors, the textures, the aromas. As you take a bite, you chew slowly, savoring the flavors, feeling the nourishment entering your body. This practice does something remarkable on a physiological level. By slowing down and reducing distractions, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. This directly counteracts the fight or flight stress response that contributes to insulin resistance, a key driver of polycystic ovary syndrome symptoms. You begin to rebuild the lines of communication with your body, learning to recognize its subtle cues of hunger and fullness. Can simply paying attention to your food really begin to rebalance your hormones? The answer is a resounding yes. When you eat mindfully, you are more likely to choose foods that truly nourish you. You naturally gravitate towards whole, unprocessed foods, the vibrant fruits, vegetables, and wholesome grains that are rich in the vitamins and minerals your endocrine system is crying out for. You become more attuned to how certain foods make you feel, realizing that a sugary, processed snack leaves you feeling sluggish and inflamed, while a meal of roasted vegetables and lean protein gives you sustained, clear energy. The practical application of this is beautifully simple. Start with just one meal a day. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to eating in complete silence with no distractions. Before you begin, take 3 deep, calming breaths. As you eat, engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? How does the food feel in your mouth? When your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, gently guide it back to the experience of eating. This isn't about perfection. It's about practice. Over time, this mindful approach will naturally extend to your other meals. You will find yourself making conscious choices at the grocery store, feeling drawn to foods that will love your body back. There are no forbidden foods, only the gentle inquiry of asking, will this truly nourish me right now? This practice replaces restriction with wisdom and fear with self-love. It is the first essential step to turning your internal battlefield into a flourishing, peaceful garden. But that's just the beginning. The next step is even more powerful and often overlooked. May I ask you something personal? How many times have you felt utterly alone, completely lost in trying to understand what is happening inside your own body, as if no one around you could possibly comprehend the depth of your struggle? I know how deeply that hurts, and I want you to know, with every fiber of my being, that you are not alone in this fight. This journey can feel so isolating, but right here, in this moment, you are connected to a community of women who understand. If you feel this way, if this resonates in your soul, please leave a comment below saying, "I understand this struggle." Write it just like that. Your message, your acknowledgement of this shared pain, could be the very thing that gives another woman the strength she needs today, reminding her that she is not invisible and that she is part of a sisterhood of resilience and hope. Your voice matters more than you know. Before we continue on this path together, if this information is helping you find a new sense of clarity, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss any of our upcoming tips on this healing journey. Now that we have laid the foundation with mindful nourishment, we arrive at the second pillar of the Monk method, the practice of compassionate movement. The very word exercise can be loaded with negative connotations for women with polycystic ovary syndrome. It often brings to mind grueling, high-intensity workouts, a form of punishment for a body that won't cooperate, a desperate attempt to force weight loss. This approach, however, can be deeply counterproductive. Intense, strenuous exercise can dramatically increase cortisol levels, our primary stress hormone. For a body already sensitive and struggling with hormonal imbalance, this is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It can worsen insulin resistance, disrupt ovulation, and leave you feeling utterly depleted rather than energized. The wisdom of the monks teaches us a different way, a middle path that avoids extremes. It teaches us to move not to punish, but to connect, not to conquer, but to commune with our bodies. Compassionate movement is about finding joy, peace, and release in the way you move your physical form. It's about choosing activities that soothe your nervous system, not jolt it into a state of alarm. Think of practices like walking meditation. This isn't about power walking to burn calories. It is about the simple, rhythmic act of placing one foot in front of the other with awareness. As you walk, you focus on the sensation of your feet connecting with the earth, the feeling of the air on your skin, the sights and sounds of your surroundings. It becomes a moving meditation that calms the mind and gently stimulates circulation, helping to improve your body's sensitivity to insulin without creating a stress response. Gentle, flowing yoga is another beautiful form of compassionate movement. The focus is on linking breath with movement, stretching the body in ways that release stored tension, and holding poses that massage the internal organs, including the ovaries. This practice helps to lower cortisol, reduce inflammation, and cultivate a profound sense of presence and self-acceptance. It's a way of telling your body, "I am with you. I am listening to you. I will be gentle with you." Can moving in such a gentle way really make a difference for a condition as complex as polycystic ovary syndrome? Absolutely, because it addresses the root cause, a system in a state of chronic stress. When you consistently choose compassionate movement over punishing exercise, you are sending a powerful signal to your entire endocrine system that it is safe to relax. Your body can then shift its resources away from managing perceived threats and towards its natural functions of regulating, repairing, and rebalancing. To put this into practice, start by letting go of the idea that movement has to be hard to be effective. Find 10 to 20 minutes each day for a gentle walk. Leave your headphones behind and just be present with your body and your environment. Or find a beginner's gentle yoga or stretching video online and follow along in the comfort of your own home. The goal is to finish feeling more relaxed, centered, and peaceful than when you started. Pay close attention to how your body feels. Does a certain stretch feel particularly good? Does a slow walk by the trees calm your racing mind? This is your body communicating its needs to you. By listening and responding with compassion, you are actively participating in your own healing, nurturing your inner garden with the gentle rain it has been craving. This compassionate approach to movement works in beautiful synergy with mindful nourishment, creating a powerful foundation for balance. But there is one final piece, a practice that is perhaps the most neglected in our modern world, and it holds the key to the deepest level of healing. The final, crowning piece of the monk method is what we call the wisdom of restful stillness. In our hyper-connected, relentlessly busy world, stillness is often seen as a form of laziness or unproductivity. We are taught to be constantly doing, achieving, and striving. This non-stop activity keeps our nervous systems in a perpetual state of high alert, a low-grade state of fight or flight that is devastating for hormonal health. The constant stimulation from screens, notifications, and endless to-do lists prevents our bodies from ever entering a true state of deep rest and repair. Monastic traditions have always understood that profound healing and insight do not happen in the midst of noise and chaos, but in the sacred space of silence and stillness. This is where the body's innate intelligence can finally get to work, recalibrating and rebalancing without interruption. For women with polycystic ovary syndrome, embracing restful stillness is not a luxury. It is a medical necessity. The primary way to cultivate this is through a simple yet transformative meditation practice. This doesn't need to be complicated or intimidating. It can be as simple as finding a comfortable place to sit for 5 minutes, closing your eyes, and bringing your full attention to the sensation of your breath. Notice the feeling of the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then gently leaving your body. Your mind will undoubtedly wander, creating stories, worries, and plans. This is normal. The practice is not to have an empty mind, but to gently and lovingly guide your attention back to your breath, over and over again. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your ability to disengage from the stress-producing thoughts that fuel your hormonal imbalance. You are carving out a sanctuary of peace within yourself. This simple act of focusing on the breath has a powerful effect on the body, activating the vagus nerve and shifting the nervous system into that healing parasympathetic state. It lowers cortisol, reduces blood pressure, and decreases inflammation. It is in this state of deep calm that your hormones can begin to find their way back to a harmonious rhythm. But is it really possible that just sitting and breathing can help with cysts on my ovaries or my irregular cycles? The connection is more direct than you can imagine. Chronic stress is a primary antagonist to your endocrine system. By consistently practicing stillness, you are removing this major obstacle, allowing your body's natural healing mechanisms to function as they were designed to. You are creating the internal environment that is conducive to balance. Furthermore, the wisdom of restful stillness extends to the quality of your sleep. So many women with polycystic ovary syndrome struggle with insomnia or poor sleep quality, often due to anxiety or hormonal fluctuations. Creating a sanctuary for sleep is a vital part of this practice. This means turning off all screens at least an hour before bed, as the blue light disrupts melatonin production. It means creating a cool, dark, and quiet bedroom environment. It might involve a calming ritual, like sipping a cup of herbal tea, reading a book, or doing a few gentle stretches. Prioritizing 8 hours of quality sleep is not self-indulgent. It is the time when your body does its most critical repair work, detoxifying, regulating blood sugar, and resetting your hormonal clock for the day ahead. To begin, commit to just 5 minutes of stillness each day. Set a timer, find a quiet spot, and just breathe. Do not judge your performance. Simply show up for yourself. For your sleep, choose one small change you can make to your evening routine. Perhaps it's putting your phone to charge across the room instead of on your nightstand. These small, consistent acts of prioritizing rest and stillness will accumulate over time, enriching the soil of your inner garden and allowing the true healing to take root and blossom. By weaving together mindful nourishment, compassionate movement, and the wisdom of restful stillness, you are not just fighting symptoms. You are treating the root cause of the imbalance. You are creating a life, a body, and a spirit that are resilient, harmonious, and whole. If you made it this far, it means you are searching for answers, relief, and hope. It shows a deep commitment to yourself and a readiness to embrace a new path to well-being. This channel was created exactly for that, to help you understand your body, regain control, and find solutions that actually work. Solutions that are gentle, compassionate, and empowering. You are not alone here. We are building a safe space where women like you can find support and real information that makes a difference. A community that understands the silent battles and celebrates every small victory. This journey is not about a quick fix, but about a profound transformation in how you care for yourself, mind, body, and spirit. It is about remembering the innate wisdom that resides within you. If this is the kind of guidance you've been looking for, the kind of support you've been missing, I warmly invite you to subscribe now and turn on the notifications. Every video we create is another step on this shared journey, another tool to help you tend to your inner garden and blossom into the vibrant, healthy, and happy woman you are always meant to be. Every video is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me today. Be well and be kind to yourself.